Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and on this episode we're walking in Memphis. The topic of this Walking in Memphis, USWA from March 10th, 1990. And if you haven't seen my shows before, I rate everything on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. The video I'm going to review for this is going to be down here in the description. If you want to check that out, if you want to pause that, go watch that and come back for the review. With that being said, this is another video that's highly edited and seems to be only highlights that are received here. So we only have about a 20-minute video that we're reviewing, but they packed a good amount of action in here, so let's go right into it. The video starts off with what seems to be at least part of the way into a promo for Mike Awesome with his manager Nate the Rat. Kind of cool seeing a very young Mike Awesome here. He goes into a match immediately with Vinny Trailer. Awesome runs right through him, basically destroys him, beats him with an Awesome Bomb, which the announcers don't even know what to call it. I don't know why they just didn't call it a Power Bomb. Technically a sit-out Power Bomb, or what later would be known as a Batista Bomb. I thought this was good. Mike Awesome's never been a great promo guy. I'm giving this a 3 to start the show. Then we go into a match with Rocking Randy and Bill Dundee. And yes, I'm going to grade everything by the segments. As best I could tell, these were the segments that were on the show. I'm going by where it's an obvious edit. So we get Rockin' Randy versus Bill Dundee. This is basically a highlight match for Bill Dundee, which was really good. He really showed off here. He showed who he is, showed what he could do. Bill Dundee picks up the win. I'm giving this a 4. That's followed up with a promo with Jerry the King Lawler, who's interrupted by Chris Champion, who Lawler had injured at the time, and Champion finally got clearance to come back. So Champion attacks Lawler. We get our normal Memphis brawl in the studio, which seems to happen almost every week. Although even though it's very repetitive, it doesn't feel like it's something you don't want to watch. It feels like it's still important. It feels like it's still worth watching. I thought this was really good. I'm giving this segment a 5. That's followed up with an interview with Ronnie Gossett, and he has a new tag team, the Dirty White Boys, which is the original Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony and his new partner Alex Porto, which you may know as the Pug. They're joined by the Dirty White Girl, which I've professed my undying love for on so many different videos, so I'm not going to repeat it. Well, I guess I am repeating it right now. But anyway, that leads us right into a match, the Dirty White Boys team going up against TD Steele and Ben Jordan. Dirty White Boys basically run through them. For that, the promo and the match, I'm giving that a 4. I thought it was highly entertaining. Then we get what's the final segment of the show, Brian Lee versus Sweet Daddy Falcone. Sweet Daddy Falcone has his manager, Dirty Deeds Darren Wise, with him. And these are two names I totally don't remember at all. I'm sure someone will be in the comments saying that, yeah, this guy was this guy here, but I don't remember either of these two. And they were just your generic kind of wrestler of the time. Brian Lee picks up the win when Robert Fuller gets in the ring and attacks him. Then Fuller, Wise, and Falcone all are triple teaming Brian Lee. That leads to Bill Dundee coming out and running them off. Overall decent. I'm going to give this a 3. I thought it was good, not great. Overall, for what we have here, I thought it was pretty good. With what seems to be at least half of the show missing, this was still pretty decent. Obviously, this was probably a kid sitting at the VHS tape and hitting pause and record once he seen someone he liked. For the show, I'm going to give it a 4. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I wish there was more to see here. I do recommend going and checking it out, but like I said, there's just not enough there for it to be a full show. Still worth watching, though. With that being said, let's smash that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. If you see where it says join, that's how you become a channel member. That definitely helps the channel out. That being said, if you made it all the way to the end, give me a Mike Awesome in the comments. My name is George Coles, and we've been walking in Memphis.